Selling a house in a divorce is where many people lose the most money, not because of the market, but because they don't understand what they're walking into. And almost no one tells you that until they're already in the middle of it. The house usually starts out just as one more thing on an already overwhelming list. But then the question starts piling up. What happens to the mortgage? Do we have to sell? What if one person wants to keep it? And what does fair mean anymore? And suddenly the house isn't just a house. It's the biggest financial decision tied to the entire situation. And most homeowners aren't prepared for how fast that shift happens. And here's something I want to say very clearly because it matters. This isn't about taking sides. It's not about pushing anyone to sell or not to sell. And it's definitely not about adding any more conflict. My role is simply to explain how the real estate part works once a home becomes part of a divorce conversation. Because what most people are missing is an effort. It's clear, neutral information about the property process. And once that shows up, everything just starts to feel a little bit more manageable. Selling a home is stressful under any normal circumstances. Add a divorce and suddenly every decision feels loaded. Every conversation feels tense and every delay feels expensive. What surprises homeowners most is this. The house isn't just emotional. It isn't just financial. It's timing. It affects where people live next, how transitions happen, and how organized everything feels moving forward. Sometimes there are also school schedules or routines layered into the timing, which can make housing decisions feel even more immediate and expected. So when no one explains the process, your brain, it fills up with these gaps, usually with worst case scenarios, where that's where most of the overwhelm actually comes from. By the way, if it would help to see the entire real estate process explained in one place instead of trying to piece it together, I did put together a free on-demand workshop where I walk you through the housing side step by step from start to finish. You can watch it anytime. The link is below, and then come right back to this video. A lot of homeowners assume someone else will cover this part. Their attorney will explain the real estate side, the market will sort itself out, or that they'll deal with the house later. But real estate doesn't pause just because life is complicated. And when decisions are delayed or rushed without understanding options, equity usually doesn't disappear dramatically. It disappears quietly. Through timing choices, preparation choices, and sequence decisions are made without a full picture. And here's what most homeowners don't realize early enough. A divorce home sale doesn't behave like a typical home sale. In a normal move, everyone is usually working toward the same timeline. During a divorce, the property sits inside a much larger life transition, so decisions don't always happen at the same pace. That changes how communication happens around the house, how preparation decisions are made, and when timing actually matters most. There's also more than one way to handle the home, and each path affects money, workload, and future logistics differently. Selling immediately isn't always the best. Waiting isn't always safer. Buying someone out isn't always simpler. What matters is understanding each path and what it actually looks like before choosing one. Because without the full picture, decisions tend to come from pressure instead of planning. Here's the good news. This doesn't have to be chaotic. It doesn't have to turn into a fight. And it doesn't have to cost more money than it already has. When homeowners understand just the real estate process, not the legal side, not the emotional side, the temperature, it lowers. Decisions feel calmer, more grounded, more intentional. Clarity changes the experience. So, the next question becomes, what actually happens once the decision to sell is on the table? I'll walk you through the next step-by-step home selling process, strictly from the real estate side, so you know what to expect before anything begins. I'll see you there.